All right, I'm Dustin Tibbetts with Jazz Wealth Managers, financial advisor, and today we're talking about ways that you can save $5,500 by the end of the year. And the reason we're picking that number is because in your IRA, you can put up to $5,500 a year in it, or $6,500 if you're 50 or over. So we're gonna go over a few ways that you can do this today, and I promise I will not mention Uber. Okay, tip number one, we're gonna talk about those credit cards, right? We're gonna talk about consolidating your bills all into one, or finding a way to reduce the interest rates. Now, worst case scenario, you're gonna end up calling the credit card companies that you already have credit cards with, and you're gonna say, hey, I wanna lower interest rate. Now, before you do that, here's a tip you won't see anywhere else. Before you call, make sure that you pay more than the monthly payment for a couple months before you make the call. If you're just paying the minimum, they're not gonna deal with you. They're gonna say, look, this person isn't interested in paying off their debts. Why should we lower their interest rates? Why should we give them a higher credit limit? You wanna make sure that you're making payments greater than the minimum monthly payment, which I hope all of you are doing. But that's the first place we can start. If for some reason you can consolidate into a zero interest credit cards, I know I did a whole thing on the rewards programs and things like that, and I'm kind of against them. But if you have credit cards with high interest rates, consolidate to something that's offering a zero or very, very low interest rate. Interest rates will never, ever be this low again in our lifetime. My lifetime, your lifetime, we're just never gonna see it again. So take the opportunity, consolidate your debts, do whatever you have to do to move them into a smaller interest rate. Personal loans are not going to be your answer. So this is the time of year where banks and credit unions and things start offering holiday loans, okay? They look attractive. You think, oh, 9%, 10%, that's not a big deal. Those are a waste of your money. You don't need money for the holidays, and that is not a way to consolidate your debts, okay? Now, when you do consolidate your credit cards, if you choose to move it all over to a zero interest credit card, don't close the old ones. Worst case, call them up and have them reduce the credit limit. Let's say you had $5,000, tell them to bring it down to $2,000 or even $1,000, and just don't use that card. But don't close those credit cards just yet, because they are helping your credit score, okay? So that's the first thing you can do. The second thing you can do, and this is quite popular where I'm at, I know a lot of people that do this, is use Airbnb. You might have a house that has a separate sort of area where you could rent that out, and maybe you get $30, $40 a night, maybe $100 in some cases. You can use Airbnb to generate a little extra money. Now, here's the thing. If you do this, think about your area. Where are you, and what sort of events come to town? When events come to town, you can charge more. If there's a concert or I know there's not a lot of political stuff going on, but you get what I'm saying. If there's some kind of event coming to your town, make sure you're getting a fair rent for that night or for that couple of nights, okay? So that's something you can do as well. And I should note that you should check the local laws where you're at, because there's some rules. If you're in New York City or if you're in California, there may be some different rules that you need to follow. So check with your local government office to make sure you're not breaking any rules there. All right. You know what? While you're at it too, whenever we've stayed at a couple Airbnbs that were not where someone was living, we had the whole place to ourselves. But one thing that I found useful was when they put stuff in the bathrooms and by the kitchen that weren't like the household chemicals or household soaps and things like that. They were the little ones, like at the hotels. Really makes you feel like the place is yours, like it's a hotel for the night, and it may get those people to come back. Okay, the third thing you can do, and this is so easy, I can speak from personal experience, use one of those apps like Let Go or OfferUp, and just go through your garage, take your phone, and just start taking things that you don't even use and just snap a picture, snap a picture, snap a picture. Put a price on there. People negotiate, so just start with whatever price you want, and people will just chat with you inside of the app. It's really, really cool. I made $1,200 one weekend just selling things for $30, $40, $50. I sold a keyboard, I sold a couple extra tires, some little parts and things for an old truck that I had, and it really adds up. And people shop on the weekends, so if you snap a bunch of pictures on Thursday or Friday, by the weekend you're gonna have people texting you nonstop looking for to buy those things. So Definitely something you should consider. We all have crap in our house that we're not using anymore. So go ahead and take a few pictures, see what happens. Just don't get carried away like I did. I was walking around the house so excited. I started snapping pictures of things that we actually use, and my wife got pretty mad at me for that. So try not to do that. Anyways, the fourth thing that you can do, and this is very popular, cancel any subscriptions you have that you're not using. Right now, there's this phase of cord cutters that are going out and buying HBO, Sling, Netflix, Hulu, all these things. Do you really use all of them? I know it's not a lot, but all this stuff adds up. One other example I'll give you is gym memberships. You probably live in an area where there's a lot of different gyms. And over time, you might try a few different ones. I know I have a friend of mine that has a gym membership at every single gym in town. 6. He has a gym membership at 6 gyms. He's never gonna go to all 6. He likes to bounce around, I get it, but bounce around at 2 of them. Change them, cancel them, put them on pause if you can. All that stuff adds up. Now, on a serious note, if you do have a retirement account and you're trying to max this out, these are tips that I share with our clients all the time. I'll do anything to help you stay on your goals. Remember, I don't get paid to sell you investments. Our company only grows as you grow, so it's in our best interest to make sure your retirement account is growing over the long run. So if you have any questions on that, you want to get with me, go to our website, jazzwealth.com. You can schedule a call to speak with me directly, put your local time in there, and I will follow up with you when it works for you. And hope to talk to you soon.